I'm Jordan, pastor here at Daily Church, and I personally want to invite you to join my personal Bible group. Why? I want to personally see you grow in your faith and also help you discover your calling and ministry in life. Can you imagine that? Well, what can you expect by joining this group? Well, number one, personal pastoral mentorship from me. And that's pretty awesome. I personally want to mentor you. Number two is group community as we meet together online. Number three is weekly live chats. Four, most importantly, weekly we meet up in pop-up churches. And on Sunday mornings, you can go to our church offline. And then number five, help you find your purpose. And lastly, the best part is six, change the world. I believe that you are a world changer as a Christian. And by joining this group, I want to see you become one. So why join? That's a good question. I have a big goal for you, actually. I have a dream that's bigger than your dreams or goals and a plan for your life because it includes God and others. I have this saying, your dream plus our dream equals God's dream. And as we meet together weekly, I want to see you live the dream that God has for your life. How can this be done? We can see this done through our weekly intentional discipleship. You hear that word intentional? Our discipleship groups are intentional about you reaching the dream that God has planned for you. So what makes Daily Church different from the rest of all the other churches? Well, there's a lot of great churches out there, but here at Daily Church, we are not into just making attenders, but disciples. So what does that mean? It means that a disciple is that we just don't go to church. We are the church, and we're living for Jesus daily. Daily, we follow Jesus. We fulfill our calling to do ministry. We share Jesus with others. We pray for revival and fulfill the Great Commission. The difference is that Daily Church is intentional about personal discipleship and getting you trained to become a minister of Jesus Christ. We believe that everyone who is a Christian is called to be a minister, and we want to see you get launched into your own personal ministry. So how do we meet weekly? Well, community is so important to us. And in this world that we live in, I believe that real community is actually hard to find. When difficulty or tragedy hits your life, where do you turn? Do you have a close-knit community who will be there for you? A community who will pray for you? A community who will encourage you and say, keep going, don't give up? One of the ways we do community here at Daily Church is through a chat app. And on this app, you can download it and join one of our small groups online. In this group, you will be connected to a few people who will do life together with you and will share what God is doing in their life, and you in turn get to share what God is doing in your life. A community where everyone has their backs and has your back. And then each week you will meet online, live, and discuss the Bible together, pray for each other, and also get trained to become ministers of the gospel together. I'm going to be in your group. I'm going to be personally mentoring you in your small group. So doesn't that sound exciting? Discipleship. When you read the Bible, you hear the word a lot, discipleship, right? But what does that really mean? To be a disciple means to be a follower. To be a follower, that's it. It means to be a learner. As Christians, we're called to follow Jesus daily, or become a daily disciple of Jesus. We're called to learn, to walk, to grow daily as we follow Jesus. And once you become a disciple, Jesus calls you to go and make disciples. And that means to help others follow Jesus, just as you are following Jesus. So what makes Daily Churches different from everyone else? That's a great question, and I've been asked that question. What makes Daily Church unique is we specialize in 4 words. So what are the 4 words? Well, these 4 words will change your life if you can live them out every day. So what are they? They are worship, word, witness, world. Number 1, worship. Learn how to connect with God daily and grow in a deeper relationship with Him. Number 2, word. Learn how to study the Bible and hear God's voice. 3, witness. Learn how to share the gospel, to start leading others to people to Christ. And then lastly, 4, world. Learn about your gifts and find the ministry God has called you to. And then as you live, you make these 4 words daily habits in your life. You're going to be changed, and God's going to change you to become the person that He wants you to be. So as we meet weekly, we live out these 4 words. These are our 4 benchmarks to help you accomplish God's dream in your life. Pop-up church. Have you ever heard of pop-up church? If not, it's because we are actually inventing it. I believe that in every generation, the church is still the church, but the context of our world causes the church to be missional. A church contextualizes itself so that it can reach more people with the hope of the message of Jesus Christ. Today, I feel that most people don't want to meet in a building. They don't want to meet in a dark building on Sundays with a bunch of smoke machines, but instead they want to meet where life happens, in the community where people actually live. That's why we have invested in pop-up churches on Sundays. What does pop-up church look like? It looks like what you would do naturally when you go to a mall or go hang out with your friends, right? Meeting up for a coffee with your friends and having a conversation. Isn't that natural? Well, there, those places you get to know each other. You get to make friends and talk about life. And at the pop-up church, you can talk about the Bible and also talk about your mission field, how you're going to be reaching your community. We see a world one day where Christians do pop-up churches on Sundays in every nation of the world. Their online discipleship group becomes the local pop-up church group in every nation of the world, reaching every corner of every city. And when you travel to another country, you can find a pop-up church meeting on Sundays at 9 a.m. anywhere in the world. This is what Daily Church is all about. Can you imagine that? A church without walls, a church without expense, a church that is natural, real, free, and scalable. This is what Daily Church is all about. And when you join Daily, you get to be a part of our meetup community. As we wrap up Invest, what does it look like to give to Daily Church? What does giving look like at Daily? Well, giving to Daily is simple. We are asking every member to give monthly, and our average donation per month is just $100, very minimal. And if you can do that or even beyond, that would help our church grow and make an impact. If you can't, there's no obligation to give. We just want you to give something monthly. Like that's a commitment investment. And it's really between you and God. Also, think about giving monthly as a spiritual investment into your life. When you sign up for the gym, you give monthly because you want to get in shape physically. So it's the same when you join the church. Your monthly giving will be rewarded with spiritual growth because you are making an investment that pays in EROI. That's what I say. What is EROI? It's eternal reward on investment. So pray right now as to what you can think you can give a monthly to be a part of the Daily Church. Questions? Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Reach out to us here at Daily Church. We are here for you, to support you, and we would love to see you join our church. Would you prayerfully ask God to see if this is where He wants you to belong? I'm looking forward to seeing you here, and I can't wait. God bless.